Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, and Archer. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hello.
Today, Delaney and I will be discussing episode 14, probably 15 of the French version of Miraculous Ladybug, Gamer. Delaney and I originally were working through the English dub episodes of Miraculous Ladybug, but then Nick decided not to air the show anymore for now. So we've been doing the French version last week and this week, and we're going to continue doing the next episode that aired subsequently in France every week going forward until we catch up. You can check us out at overlyanimated.com, or you can find us on iTunes, or subscribe to us on iTunes by searching for Overly Animated Podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Delaney, we watched Gamer today. What did you think in general about this episode?
It was an episode. It happened.
Okay, Sam, continue.
Yeah, Sam. I liked it. I guess kind of like I was really excited for a video game episode because video games are great, and I was really excited to see what was going on. I liked some of the things of the episode. Overall, it was kind of it wasn't bad. It was just like meh. It happened.
Wow. Yeah, you would react that way to this one. I think that makes sense. This is a big.
I did like it for what you're about to say, the Marinette and Adrian, whatever their ship name is.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. People keep telling me, and
it's really hard. There's so many ship names.
Adrianette, right?
It's all their names.
Adrianette. I think it's Adrianette. I don't know. Whatever.
It was cute, and it kind of I'm okay with it. It was cute. I'll agree with that. I just for me, it was just that's the good part of the episode.
What a big Marinette and Adrian episode. I think they were really cute in this episode, and I thought that their interactions were probably the best of the series so far for this specific combination of them as their state. Like before, they didn't really know each other, and now they're like friends, right?
Friends, yep.
Yeah.
And Adrian has now met Marinette's parents, which her parents are great. Fantastic.
Yeah, Marinette's parents were great in this episode. Yeah, the video game stuff was okay, and we'll talk about the resolution of the episode morally and what we thought of that. I think that this is another episode, I think potentially like last week, where the human parts were very good, and then the superhero parts were pretty boring.
Yes.
Yeah. I was really not. I was not really into the two kaijus fighting at the end. It was kind
of. I don't know. I liked it as opposed to him being a pyramid blasting things.
Yeah, that was. I was trying to figure that. I was waiting for that to go somewhere, but no, it didn't.
Yeah, no.
What even happened to the people who got absorbed by the pyramid?
I guess they just became energy. Okay, can we talk about people get murdered every day, every week on this show, but then they just magically come back? Or do they what?
Can we talk about how the show breaks the laws of entropy and stuff, right?
Yeah. I guess it became energy or something. Who knows?
Yeah, you needed them to level up.
Orbs, that's terrible. This episode of Grand Theft Auto, that's what was going on today.
I actually thought overall that this was I think in the top half of the episodes, just because how heavily the episode relied upon the human interactions. And I don't know, this episode did more to convince me that the show is moving in the right direction than any episode before. It's you need to show the two of them actually doing things in a way that is sympathetic to the audience, right? And I think that this did a lot of that. So I think I was overall into it, but there's definitely some some stuff I wasn't super into. At the very least, it wasn't super racist like last week.
For real. Vast improvement.
As many of you commented last week, we got Marinette's heritage wrong, apparently.
We apologize.
Yeah, so Marinette, half French, half Chinese. I don't think the show really said that, so I guess that's our excuse. I don't think the show has really made that clear. But
anyway. We really thought she was half Korean. We don't really know why.
To the extent where I'd said that before on the podcast, and no one corrected me, so it's your guys' fault.
So we're that's our story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I definitely said that before, that she's half Korean. Okay, I feel like that makes more sense. I feel like her being Chinese makes the least sense because the show is animated like partly in Korea, and then there's also Japanese animation too. Like there's like no part of production in China, so that's pretty interesting. Anyway, it's not like she has to match the production of the show. That's just what I thought. So let's talk about Gamer. So what do you think of our? I feel like we're gonna bury the lead here for a second. What did you think of our villain overall? What do you we'd seen Max before briefly. What's your impression of Max after this episode, and how did you think of him as the villain?
I mean, he wasn't. He was kind of a more maniacal villain. Like, he had a lot more dialogue, I feel like, than some of the other villains have had. I felt for him, like, poor Max. I think Max is a neat character. Like, he's fine. Like, he was, like, the villain, like, it was just weird because he was, like, in a weird box the entire time.
Yeah, he
also,
was.
his glasses were ridiculous. Also, literally 5 seconds before, not even 5 seconds. It was literally probably a full 2 minutes before it happened. I was like, "Oh my god! I bet his glasses are gonna be akumatized."
Why did you think that?
Because he wears glasses. I just knew it. Like I just knew they were gonna make his glasses.
Okay.
And then for half a second, I was like, maybe they'll make the controller. Then nope, straight into the glasses. I just want everyone to know that I called it. I just knew it. Knew.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, that's good.
I feel like they had to. Like I feel like that feels like such an obvious thing to do because like he's like literally the only character who wears glasses, and that's what they do to characters who wear glasses. So
I never noticed this. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah,
a lot of fans seem really into Max. I don't know. I didn't think too much of him from this episode.
He's fine.
He's fine. Yeah.
He's cool. Like poor
I assume
dude.
this is the same guy that it was like the math guy before. I think.
Yeah. No, it's the same guy. And I'm just glad he didn't like. I'm just glad they didn't go the route like, oh, a girl beat me at a video game. Like, I'm just so glad they didn't.
I kind of would have liked him to be like turn into like a men's rights activist and then him rage and then get akumatized because of that. Like that would have been great.
No, it's not what I wanted. I'm glad it didn't happen.
Yeah, and then Marinette.
I didn't want the Gamergate episode. Okay, Dylan. I didn't want that.
Why isn't this? I thought this was the Gamergate episode. Wasn't that the title?
Oh, I'm glad it wasn't.
Oh,
I'm glad it wasn't.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Oh,
I was misled. I was told that this was the Gamergate episode.
Oh, I'm glad they didn't go that route. It's so exhausting. Because they go that route and it's never resolved, and then it just perpetuates.
We'll talk about what this episode's the message at the end.
The message, the moral. What parable did we get this week?
And the answer is there's no moral. But anyway, what do we think of this concept of Marinette being like great at this game just from playing with her dad?
Fantastic. I think that's great. I love it.
I also think this is just like very realistic. Like you can have a guy that trains at like Super Smash Bros, but he could just like not be as good as some guy who just like casually plays.
Well, you can have that anytime you play any games. Like I've had like, well, I'm not going to tell the story, but like it happens. Like someone can play really good at video games, and someone who literally cannot play a video game just like.
I'm glad you brought up the story and then said I'm not going to tell the story. So thanks.
You're welcome. I mean, it involved. Whatever. We're moving on.
This episode probably had a lot of video game references. The only one I caught was the Street Fighter thing,
it
like
was
the
very
Hakuden,
Mortal Kombat
right? Or whatever.
Yeah, Tycoon. I was dying. Yeah, that was really funny.
There's a Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it was pretty stupid. That reference.
No, I loved it. That was like my favorite part. It was so good.
They just kept doing it too. Like they did it once.
It was right. That's what made it so much better. They did it once. Like they did it the first time. I was like, yes, and then they did it like 4 more times, and it made it better that they did it more. Because that's what I really liked about the fight scene was because they literally made it the video game. Like it was like button smash. You just keep doing the same move over and over and over again. Like great, brilliant. Yeah. Stuff.
It was yeah, okay. I feel like I think I connected to the first half of this episode a lot more. Let's get into some of the stuff from that because there's some great stuff with Marinette and Tiki preparing for Adrian to come, which was we're adding to our knowledge of what Tiki is capable of doing because she was like actually moving stuff around and like helping Marinette like physically.
It's terrifying.
Her form is like actually like a physical thing and she can affect the world. Is this more terrifying now?
Well, I mean, it's more like how much can she lift?
She was lifting an entire picture frame, right? Yeah.
How strong is Tiki? Like, can Tiki like break a man's spine? Like, how strong is Tiki?
If Tiki is can lift 1,000 times her weight already, then why not 1,000,000 times, right? Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what's it matter at this point?
It was pretty,
He's
yeah.
so scary.
Yeah. Okay, let's go through part by part for the episode then, because we'll remember more interesting things happen. So Merida, I forgot that Merida in the beginning is like writing a diary entry for some reason.
Yeah. And she's like, Chat Noir almost
Yeah,
found out
he was
my
this close to discovering, and it's like,
the
okay,
weekly tease.
they're just doing this again. And this episode was one of the worst in terms of them not realizing that they're each other, because they just spent 15 minutes like of the episode with each other in normal form, and they just don't realize it.
Well, also, like, she's really good at the game. She was really good at fighting. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, there's some moments. She's like, I'm late to do something with Alia. So that was our only real Alia moment. And then,
LOL, do they do their homework? Like,
no, they don't.
does school ever happen?
The Ultimate Mecha Strike tournament. Max is playing Adrian, the highest like actions per minute. They get into that. That's pretty funny.
It was good.
Adrian beats Max though. It's like, why is it a big deal? Why isn't it a big deal that Adrian's better than Max, but it is a big deal that Marinette's better than Max, right? Like, it's not like Adrian plays the game a ton.
Yeah, who knows?
No.
Like, I don't know. I don't think it didn't feel like it was because it's a girl. I think it's because Marinette literally just showed up and did it.
She did just show up at the end, true. Alia, I think it's an interesting episode for Alia, who's just getting pissed at Marinette the entire time for like not taking this seriously as a school event.
No, that was my favorite. This is serious. You have to represent our school. Like, it's a video game tournament. Oh my god.
Alia like normally is very much in encouraging the Marinette and Adrian, but today she was like, time to represent our school is not an excuse for flirting,
jealous.
literally. That's what she says.
She's jealous, clearly.
What do you think? What do you think? You think she's jealous? Is that it?
Maybe. It's so funny though, like, okay, like how many other harebrained schemes have they had to like get Marinette and Adrian together?
Why is
and
she
yet
drawing the line here?
Yeah, it's the video game. Like, how serious is this video game tournament? Like, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Marinette literally freaks out as she says, "I have Adrian's controller." It was pretty bad for like 5 minutes where she was just spazzing.
This was kind of when watching it in French was like killing me because her voice is higher pitched, and like hearing Adrian in French and like it was hurting me a little bit.
I think her voice. I think this line in English would be really high pitched too.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like I feel like, I don't know. To me, like her like fawning over Adrian in French is more irritating than when she does it in English.
That's like, interesting. Okay.
Like it just like,
I don't know.
I don't know. There's something about it.
Maria played with her dad. We saw like pictures of that. Random Chloe moment. Her and what's her face? How can someone spend so much time in front of a screen? It's totally crazy. And then just cutting to them just doing it on their phones. Yeah.
It's good. I like that.
It's a dumb joke, but that was well executed, I think.
Yeah. Like it was funny to watch.
Yeah. There's like a Ladybug move, I think, in the game, right?
It's literally a Ladybug character. Like these pieces are not that hard to put together. Like she's like, I'm so irritated. Like, no, it's literally like a Ladybug like robot thing, and like it's like Final Evolution or whatever it is like a Ladybug. Like, I'm so annoyed.
Yeah. So they say they're in middle school in this episode. Have they said the words middle school before?
No, and like I don't think they're in middle school. I think that was just like a translation thing.
Yeah, it could have just been the subtitles. I'm not sure.
Because also the thing is, like, education in Europe works very differently than for us. Like they have different like levels.
Well, yeah,
and like how they refer to their levels are different than ours.
Right, and it could just be different categorizations into middle school, high school. Like in Japan, 9th grade is in middle school, so I'm not sure about France. So
yeah, if they're 14, 15, they could be 9th grade, could be technically in middle school. Which
I mean let us know. Let us know comments what's up with the France education system.
Very.
Stadium of the Princess. I didn't know that was a thing. I assume that's a real place. Yeah,
I'm sure it's like just it's their soccer stadium.
Yeah. I'll have to come by your house to train, says Adrian. You're gonna have to think about something other than Adrian, says Alia, I assume. Alia pretty sassy here.
Yeah, no, Alia is not. She is not having any of her crap today. Like she is not playing around.
Yeah. Max Kumatai becomes the gamer. I said last week, talking about Papillon, as many of you said, it's
Butterfly.
I just didn't understand that he wasn't Hawkmoth in the original. Like, I never knew that, right? So
Right.
he's just not Hawkmoth. Like Hawkmoth is just an
No.
English thing. So I don't know. I mean, I think he makes more sense if his name is Butterfly. Like,
Yeah.
I guess we can call him Hawkmoth, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that was the confusion, and he just gets in this. Max like gets akumatized immediately, gets in this like dumb pyramid thing. I don't know.
Illuminati.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, this is totally the Illuminati episode. I agree.
Clearly.
Tiki being super annoying is like, think about Marinette. What about Max? You just took his spot away from him.
Like, Tiki, you don't care. Like,
why do you care about Max, Tiki? Yeah.
Like, Tiki, you don't care. Stop acting like you care.
Yeah, Tiki's just putting on a front. Yeah, it's all part of her grand scheme. And Marinette's like considering it, but then it's like, no, he's gonna be in my room. Yeah, I have to clean my room.
She like flips out.
Yeah,
which I did like that they like actually addressed the fact that she has like her creepy serial killer wall in her room, and that she had to go and fix it.
Yeah, I thought this was a shrine, but she's just like, there are pictures of him everywhere. But I thought it was a Hey Arnold shrine.
it's
just a bunch of pictures everywhere.
It's like it's weird, and then it's not weird because he is like a model.
He's a model, so it's less weird than like Helga with Arnold. Yeah, but they cycle through a bunch of his modeling pictures and stuff, and then yeah, she has them up everywhere. Tiki helping to take down the pictures doesn't surprise me, Marinette. Oh yeah, okay, so then he comes in and her parents, and then her mom is like, it doesn't surprise me, Marinette constantly talks about you.
So good. He's like, what?
Yeah, we never see payoff on that. I mean, come on.
It's so good. Her parents are my fave. They're great.
Her dad just is yeah, and then later his dad bringing up all the food and stuff, and Adrian like really wants to have the food every time.
Yes,
and it's like, come on. And also his dad's super into play, like I'm great at this game too, right? Yeah,
please, like, I'm whatever off the hook, like come into the controller. What? Like, what is it even? What? That line? It gets repeated like 4 times throughout the episode.
I don't remember. I don't know if I ever.
It's like their name, so it's like Marinette coming to the controller off the hook. So I can't remember what it is now, but it's silly. And then Chat Noir does it, and I'm like, really? We can't piece this together?
Oh, see, okay, so we got criticized for saying chat instead of Cha Noir.
Really? Well, let's just do the whole podcast in French, Dylan.
Well, I think we should just say Cat Noir. Like, I think
let's do Cat Noir. I'm fine with this. Cat Noir.
Yeah, I guess there's no T in the whatever. So is this a PC game? Is that what we're doing? Because they're playing on Marinette's computer, I think.
Well, they were playing it like on a console.
But it was a console before, so maybe it's for both.
I mean that does happen. You can have multi-platform games. So like,
they touch hands and then they're embarrassed and they touch hands again. And then Tiki's like, oh no, this picture of Adrian. And,
it's so funny. She like throws it. It's really great.
And then the food stuff. Marinette says her parents are slightly invasive. She says you're super hot to him at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she goes like, he's like, oh, I'm just, that was really weird. Adrian's like, I'm not as good as you are. Like, bruh, calm down. And then she's like, oh, but you're really hot. Really? Marinette? Like,
he just doesn't comment on it.
Does he like, it's so funny. Like, Marinette says some weird stuff, and it's really a miracle people don't hear her more often.
They go outside, and then like the robot comes, he like tackles her to save her. Second big moment. And they like hold hands running away. It's like, how do you know my name, Max? Okay, so I that's our weekly check-in on how do they identify who so the
this
villain
time
is.
I figured it out.
Yeah. Then he transforms. We have our first cat Drian. I don't remember. Or cat Annette. Mare Noir. Him carrying Marinette. I lost my friend Adrian down there. He might be in danger. Nah, Adrian, he's fine.
Oh my god.
And then he goes away. Marinette's like he always has to overdo it. Yeah, I like that. It's the robot from the game. He's almost at level 4. Wait, you know this game? Of course, we're made for each other. Yeah, okay. Just all these hints, like
guys, it's they hurt me. It's just progressively more painful.
Yeah. Stadium, Cataclysm, he destroys it, but then the robot comes back. They make the Ladybug robot.
Actually, for a moment, thought Ladybug, like Lucky Charm, wasn't gonna happen. I know, crazy. I don't know why I thought that.
Obviously, it was gonna happen. Come on.
Well, like I was hoping maybe they would just have the robot fight. Also, I got ticked. Okay, like he destroyed it, and then he goes, "LOL, save." Like really ticked. That's like when
Ticked.
you're fighting someone and they use a health potion, and you're like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, that's what it's
Very
supposed to be.
frustrating.
Yeah. Then they fight and doing all the ridiculous robot stuff we talked about. Then she gets out. Lucky Charms does. It was the simplest Lucky Charm ever. She just sprays the part where you see
It's
out
like
of.
really like,
Yeah. And then she.
anticlimactic.
Yeah, freeing you from evil. I don't know. I feel like we need a catchier phrase. Not de-evilize, but like,
Anything is better than de-evil
but
eyes.
freeing you from evil is kind of awkward. I don't know. And then good job instead of pound it, which is worse still.
Pound it is the best.
And okay, so let's discuss the ending. She's gives her spot to Max. She says, "I'm a fan of the video. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of the video game. I'm not passionate like you are." And then Adrian gives her spot to his spot to Marinette. So, what's your take on this?
I mean, it was really nice of Marinette. Like it was sweet and like very in character, and I thought it was nice. And then Adrian's just like, "We need to win, yo." Answer the controller.
What do you think of this? As like what Marinette says? She's like, "Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of the video game, but I'm not passionate about it like you are."
Well, I mean, I mean, she saw that it meant a lot to him. Hello, he became a villain over it. So I think, obviously there are people who are like really good at stuff, but they don't necessarily like it. But then there's some people who aren't the best, but they really love something. Which is, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. We're bordering
and
on.
she didn't care, especially like her whole reasoning was she just wanted to be partners with Adrian. So
She definitely didn't. We're bordering
she
on
didn't care.
girls don't like video games, but guys do type thing.
No, I think. Well, I didn't. For me, it didn't. I don't think it came off that way. Like Marinette's good at. She's really good at video games, and she likes them. She's just not passionate about it the way he is. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't know.
She
I kind
likes
of
that
just wanted
stuff.
her not to give her spot to him at the end. Like I
Well,
think,
my thing is, I would have been fine if. See, because for me though, it would have been like, oh, she's just doing. And this whole framework is irritating because she only did it for Adrian. That's irritating in of itself. So like, I feel like it would have been better if like she decided that like the only way it would have been good is if like she just really wanted to play video games and really wanted to compete. That was the entire framework of the episode. It wasn't that anyway.
yeah. And the ending raised a good point. Like, why is she pressured you of her spot, but not Adrian? Right? It's not like Adrian cares that much either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was fine.
But in the end, she does do it, and like she could have told Adrian no, but she did do it. So
Yeah.
and they had fun.
Yeah, I thought it was okay, and I don't
Like
know.
I don't think it was I don't think it was too borderline on like she clearly likes video games. She plays it with her dad. Like I think that's fine. Like she doesn't have to be a hardcore gamer. That's the other thing too. Like I liked that it was like but it wasn't too much casual gamers versus like hardcore gamers. Like it doesn't matter. So I'm glad they didn't like go that they didn't really go that route either.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think
he just worked hard at
it
it.
was very amoral as the ending. But
Yeah.
overall, I think highlights of the episode we had the I think the interaction at the beginning, the hand touching thing, the tackling out of the way, right?
Right.
Big. Where are you shipping on Marinette and Adrian now?
I mean, they're fine. Again, I'll be fine. I'm fine with it.
There's
It's
really
okay.
such a difference for me when Adrian is himself in Cat Noir. Like it's such a
Yeah.
likability difference.
Yeah, no, Adrian is so much more likable than Cat Noir. Like Cat Noir is like he's so annoying.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even like they're both kind of annoying. Cat Noir is more annoying. Like I think at this point, I like actively like Adrian, and like
Yeah, like Adrian's yeah,
I actively dislike
I
Cat Noir.
think that's same me. Like I like Adrian, I don't really like Cat Noir.
So I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna
Which
resolve
is
this.
so weird because like Marinette's still Marinette when she's Ladybug. There isn't
Yeah.
like this she's just a little bit more confident and like she's still her. Adrian and Cat Noir are pretty different. Like,
And I feel
it's so
like to a
weird.
certain extent, a lot of people are like, he's more confident when he's Cat Noir, so that's maybe more of who he wants to be. So I
He
feel
wants
kind
to
of
be a
bad.
jerk.
I feel kind of bad disliking him, but he is kind of a jerk when he's
Like he's a jerk, and like
yeah.
he's just so annoying.
Maybe it's all about like he needs to learn how to gain like more confidence and more be more of himself, but not like have to resort to the types of stuff he does as Cat Noir. Like he can still be
Well,
Adrian, but he can still
yeah.
like go more towards that type of
Well,
personality.
the problem with Cat Noir is that like literally his entire character is like he's useless and he hits on Ladybug. Like that's all he does.
Yeah.
So like
And
we need more of like Cat Noir being Cat Noir.
I think this is our biggest Adrian episode too, like him
Yeah.
as Adrian. Most we saw out of him.
Yeah, no, it was a really good Adrian episode, and like I like Adrian, and he's cool.
Okay, I have our second annual screenshot selection. I didn't give them to you ahead of time this week. I have
Okay.
6 options. I just pasted them to you.
You're gonna make me click them open.
No, why? They should show up, right?
Not when there's like 5,000 of them in one message.
So the first 3 are
okay. They popped up this time.
The first
take
3
back
are
my
a variation on the hand touching thing. And then we have one of Adrian like tackling Marinette out of the way. And then we have one random one of Marinette saying he always has to overdo it, which was my Marinette Gorge picture of the week. And then we had the thing at the end that they always do, which this time had Marinette and Max like winning the trophy. Apparently, like they won. Is that true? I don't know. I guess
think so.
And with Ladybug randomly in the background and the Ladybug robot. Just so stupid. This is like the dumbest picture.
Yeah.
And then like the teachers are there too. Like, what is up with this picture?
This looks like some like weird like art class assignment. Like make a collage. Like what?
So which do you think is the best out of these 3 handheld pictures? We have one of them with their hands touching and their eyes super wide. And then we have their hands touching again and looking down. And we have a super awkward one of them being like,
Super awkward one's the best one.
I don't know. I like the one where them just both facing forward with their eyes super wide.
Well, it's just I don't like that one too much.
Why don't you like that one?
Because it's just a weird picture. Like it's just weird. Like it's not even like funny weird. It's just a weird picture. The second one's even weirder.
Second one's the weird. What do you think of the 5th one of the Just Marinette one?
I mean, I don't think it's that great. It's okay.
Oh my god, so rude. Jeez.
Your last week was so much better. These are like fine. I don't know.
No, this is great.
Of the only ones of the one like the 2 I would like between the 2 I would actually pick for being like the screenshot would be number 3 or 6, even though 6 is a mess.
It is a mess. Yeah. I don't know. I'll think about this one. I feel like them face. It is kind of awkward. Them facing forward.
Like all of these pictures of them together are super awkward. Like. Because like the one where he's on top of her is like super awkward.
It's also super awkward. Like, she's like not super into it too, by the way. Let's just point that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's super awkward. Like all of these pictures are awkward.
I don't know. I like just Marinette 5, but you know, I always would put a Marinette picture.
I mean,
if
it's
possible.
not obviously I love Marinette, but like I don't know, just her not looking like off to the corner. Like I don't like it too much.
No, she's being sassy. I mean, it's.
I know, but this picture doesn't express the sassiness.
Yeah, it's because okay, never mind. I feel like other people would have like put a Adrian modeling pictures as like a choice if this was like different people hosting this podcast. We would have had that as a choice. But no, we have. Yeah, I'll probably do number 3. It is pretty good.
Like I really like number 3 because like
the animation on
like
his arm is a little off. I think on the top.
Yeah,
his arm's really skinny.
I agree. Like his arms like tiny.
Yeah, I don't know about that. These tiny modeling arms, is that a thing?
Maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Anything else about this? I feel like this is a upper half tier episode. Although I wasn't.
It was a good episode.
We had the croissants again, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I laughed when it was croissants.
Everyone was telling us, yeah, it's croissants because they work at a bakery. Yeah, but it doesn't need to be.
Like you don't just make croissants. Like
so, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of a joke about France, like too. When they
I think it's a joke. But everything
at the same time, they do eat croissants. You know, like
yeah. I mean, croissants.
What did they do with all the food he brought up, but Adrian didn't eat? I guess they sold it.
Maybe. Who knows? Also, I do think it's really funny. They just keep bringing up food.
Yeah, it was good. Okay. So we did get a potential differing ordering list on watching these, by the way. Somebody said like there's like a better order.
Yes.
And I don't know. I don't know what to follow. My default's just going to be continuing following the way they aired. So I feel like
because my thing is like would it matter like because my thing is like if we want to have like the purest like viewing experience and they don't air it in a particular order, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do kind of want to watch them like in more of a production order, but we should probably just watch them how France like aired them. I don't know.
So that's my thing because like Yeah, I mean, if you watch all the episodes and you're like, yeah, this is a really good order, like that's because you've seen all the episodes. Like it doesn't really, and that can also influence our viewing.
Yeah. So next week we have Animan. Animan? I don't
Okay.
know. We'll see. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Surprise.
Surprise. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Last comments on Gamer.
Well, I want to clarify a comment I made about like, let's just do the whole podcast. It's just because like it's weird because we watched it in English first, so then it's like obviously his name is like Chat Noir, like because it's French, but like
he's Cat Noir originally to us, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like it's Cat Noir. I didn't want to come off like being really annoying. I was just
don't worry about that. You got that taken care
of. Okay. we can end now. Whatever.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. I'm Neil Nice. That's Delaney Stovall. You can find out everything about this podcast at overlyanimated.com. You can. This ad-free podcast is brought to you by our patrons. You can support this podcast at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons: Shayna, Mitch, Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, John, Ryan, and Catherine, aka Hannah, Fever, Mitch, Carniversy, G Exchange, Nathan Fillion, Buzz Like Real Mailman, Rachel Rose, Johnny Bravo, Brian, Cookie Cat, Cookie Cha. We'll be back. Is that a thing? We'll be back next weekend discussing Animan. Who knows? We'll see. I feel like it's not Animan, right?
We can't say Cat Noir's name right. So there's very, very little chance that we're going to say this right.
It's Pokemon. We'll be back next week. Pokemon. Yeah. Okay. And we have like 8, 9 episodes, 10. Okay, there's 26. There's a lot. We have a lot to go. Like 10 episodes to catch up. I don't know when the show's coming back. Let us know if there's any information on when season 2 is airing. I don't think there has been, but let me know.
Help.
Yeah. Leave us, as always, leave your comments, YouTube, overlyanimated.com, or Tumblr asks, and I will hopefully respond. Definitely get the most comments on Ladybug than any other show.
Ooh.
I don't think we said anything blatantly wrong, though, in this one, so maybe we won't get as many comments.
Maybe it's only when we mess up.
Yeah, I think that's true. Okay, thanks for listening, guys. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.